You're lying next to someone you love, someone you trust, someone you cherish, and yet there it is. That flicker of heat, that pulse of desire, that raw, untamed longing. And instead of joy, instead of connection, you feel wrong, dirty, like you've tainted something pure. You tell yourself, this is love. I shouldn't feel this way. Lust is for strangers, not soulmates. But no matter how hard you try to push it down, it's there, burning in your chest, whispering in your ear, making you question everything. Why? Why does lust feel like a betrayal, even in the safest, most sacred spaces? Why does it carry this shadow of shame, this weight of guilt, even when it's wrapped in love? You've tried to ignore it, to rationalize it, to pray it away, but it lingers, like a stain you can't scrub clean. Here's the contradiction no one dares to speak aloud. The shame you feel about lust isn't proof of your brokenness, it's proof of your humanity. And in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you why that shame isn't what you think it is. It's not a sin. It's not a flaw. It's a wound that's been hiding in your shadow, waiting for you to see it, to touch it, to heal it. And by the end of this, you'll understand why lust, even in love, might just be the most spiritual force you'll ever face. Carl Jung once said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." Think about that for a moment. What if the shame you feel about lust, even in love, isn't a sign of your darkness, but a signpost pointing you toward it? What if the very thing you've been running from is the key to your liberation? Lust. It's a word that drips with taboo, doesn't it? For some of you, it's tied to childhood warnings, stern voices telling you to be pure, to control yourself. For others, it's tied to heartbreak, memories of being judged, rejected or shamed for wanting too much. And for many of you, it's tied to a quiet, internal war, a battle between the part of you that burns with desire and the part of you that whispers, "This is wrong. You're wrong." But here's the thing, lust isn't the enemy. The shame isn't even the enemy. The enemy is the story you've been told about both. You've been taught that lust is a beast to be caged, a fire to be doused. You've been taught that love is pure and lust is profane. But what if that's a lie? What if lust is just energy, raw, primal, sacred energy? And what if the shame you feel is just a veil, hiding the truth of who you really are? Right now, I know you feel it. That knot in your stomach, that heaviness in your heart, that voice that says, if they really knew how much I want, they'd leave. This video is for you. Because the truth is, you're not alone in this pain. And the deeper truth? This pain is trying to teach you something profound. Let's start with the first revelation. The shame you feel about lust, even in love, isn't really about lust at all. It's about control. Or more specifically, the control you've lost. Think back to when you first learned to feel ashamed of desire. Maybe it was a parent's sharp tone when you asked an innocent question about your body. Maybe it was a religious leader's sermon about sinful thoughts. Maybe it was a partner who made you feel small for wanting them, as if your longing was a burden, not a gift. Over time, those moments wove themselves into a tapestry of shame, a tapestry that now hangs heavy over your heart. But here's the hidden force at play. That shame isn't yours. It's borrowed. It's inherited. It's a script written by a world that fears what it cannot control. Because lust, at its core, is uncontrollable. It's wild. It's primal. It's the raw, untamed energy of life itself. And that terrifies people. It terrifies systems. It terrifies societies built on order, on rules, on suppression. So they taught you to fear it too. They taught you to see it as a threat, not a power, and so you buried it. You buried it deep in what Jung called the shadow, the part of you that holds everything you've rejected, everything you've deemed unacceptable. But the shadow doesn't stay silent. It speaks. It moves. It shows up in the heat of your dreams, in the flush of your cheeks, in the moments when you lose yourself to longing. And every time it does, the shame kicks in, like a whip, to drive it back down. Now let's go deeper, because there's a spiritual layer to this that no one talks about. Lust, even in love, isn't just energy. It's divine energy. And the shame you feel? It's not a punishment. It's a portal. In ancient myths, desire was revered, not reviled. The Greeks had Eros, the god of love and longing, who wasn't just a playful Cupid but a cosmic force that birthed the stars. The Hindus had Kama, the god of desire, who wielded a bow of sugarcane to awaken the soul. Even in the mystical traditions of Christianity, you find echoes of this. Think of the mystics who spoke of divine union as a lover's embrace, a merging of flesh and spirit. But somewhere along the way, that wisdom was lost. Desire was split in two. Lust became bad. Love became good. And in that split, you lost something sacred. You lost the ability to see your own longing as holy. You lost the ability to see your body, your fire, your hunger as a temple. And so, the shame you feel isn't just about what you want. It's about what you've forgotten. It's the grief of a soul that knows it's divine, but has been taught to feel profane. It's the ache of a spirit that longs to be whole, but has been told it's broken. Lust, even in love, feels wrong, because you've been taught to see it as separate from love, separate from spirit, separate from God. But what if it's not? What if it's the same energy, just wearing a different mask? And here's the third revelation, the one that might cut the deepest. The reason lust still feels wrong even in love is because you've been chasing a false cure. What do I mean? Think about how you've tried to fix this. Maybe you've told yourself, if I just love them enough, the lust will go away. Maybe you've meditated, trying to transcend your desires. Maybe you've prayed, begging for purity. And maybe for a while it worked. You felt lighter, holier, more spiritual. But then, like a shadow slipping through your fingers, the shame came back. Why? Because the false cure is this. You've been trying to kill the part of you that feels lust, instead of embracing it. You've been treating it like a stain to be scrubbed clean, rather than a flame to be tended. And every time you do that, you reinforce the split. You tell yourself, this part of me is bad. This part of me doesn't belong in love. And the more you reject it, the louder it screams. Healing isn't about erasing lust. It's not about erasing shame. It's about integration. It's about bringing those rejected parts of you back into the light. Not to destroy them, but to understand them. To love them. To see them as part of the sacred whole that is you. Right now, I know what you're feeling. It's heavy, isn't it? Like a stone lodged in your throat, making it hard to swallow. Maybe you're thinking, I've been doing this all wrong. I've been fighting myself, hating myself, and I didn't even know it. Maybe you're feeling a wave of sadness, a grief for all the moments you've spent hiding your fire, even from the ones you love. Or maybe you're feeling anger at the world, at the people who taught you to feel this way, at the systems that made you believe your own desire is a sin. And underneath it all, there's confusion, chaos. A voice in your head screaming, how do I fix this? How do I stop feeling this way? How do I make the shame go away? You want answers, but the more you search, the more lost you feel. It's like you're standing in the middle of a hurricane, wind tearing at your skin, rain blinding your eyes, and you can't see a way out. I see you, I feel you, and I need you to know something. This chaos, this collapse, this moment of feeling utterly shattered. It's not the end. It's the beginning. Because the only way to heal is to stop running. The only way to heal is to stand still, right here in the heart of the storm, and let yourself feel it all. The lust, the shame, the longing, the fire, all of it. Take a deep breath. Right now, in this moment, I want you to see something new. What if the shame you feel about lust, even in love, isn't a sign of your failure, but a sign of your power? What if it's not a punishment but a teacher? Here's the reframe. The shame you feel is a doorway to your shadow. And your shadow isn't your enemy, it's your ally. It's the part of you that holds your deepest truths, your rawest energy, your untamed divinity. The shame is just the gatekeeper, standing there to make sure you're ready to step through. And here's the transformative perspective. Lust isn't something to overcome, even in love. It's something to celebrate. It's the fire in your soul, the spark in your body, the energy that drives you to connect, to create, to live. The problem isn't that you feel it. The problem is that you've been taught to fear it. But what if, instead of fearing it, you embraced it? What if, instead of hiding it, you shared it? Not as a secret, but as a gift. This isn't about indulgence. It's not about acting on every impulse. It's about integration. It's about saying, this is part of me. This is human. This is sacred. And it's about asking, what is this energy trying to teach me? How can it deepen my love, not destroy it? So how do you do this? How do you take this insight and make it real? Here's the grounded, soulful advice you need. First, stop hiding. The next time you feel that flicker of lust, even in love, don't push it away. Don't shame it. Feel it. Close your eyes, place your hand on your heart, and breathe into it. Ask it, what are you trying to show me? What part of me needs to be seen? Listen. Really listen. You might hear a memory, a fear, a longing. Whatever it is, don't judge it. Just witness it. Second, share the energy. Lust isn't just for you. It's for your connection. If you're in a relationship, talk to your partner. Not from a place of shame, but from a place of honesty. Say, this is what I feel. This is part of me. Can we explore it together? Let it deepen your intimacy, not divide it. And third, rewrite the story. Every time that shame whispers, you're wrong, whisper back, no, I'm whole. Every time it says, you're dirty, say, no, I'm sacred. This isn't about denying the shame. It's about reframing it. It's about seeing it as a teacher, not a tyrant. This is shadow work. This is integration. This is the path to true healing, not the healing that erases, but the healing that embraces. As the stars emerge in the sky above, I want you to imagine something. Imagine a version of you who doesn't hide their fire, even in love, but shares it. A version of you who doesn't bury their shadow, but dances with it. A version of you who looks at their lust, their shame, their longing, and says, you are part of me, and I am whole. This is the journey, not to become pure, but to become real. Not to become perfect, but to become human. And not to erase your darkness, but to let it teach you how to shine. So as you step back into your life, carry this with you. The shame you feel is not your enemy. It's your guide. The lust you fear is not your shame. It's your power. And the healing you seek is not out there, in some distant future. It's here, now, in the raw, messy, beautiful truth of who you are. If this resonated with you, hit that like button. It helps this message reach others who need it. Subscribe and ring the bell, because this is just the beginning of our journey into the shadows, into the light, into the soul. And leave a comment below. What did this shame teach you today? Until next time, remember, you are not broken. You are becoming.